Good evening and welcome to Mass Attack. Of course, we are coming to you live from the Peter and Company Auto Showroom in Vidbute, where, of course, Carnival meets energy. I'm your host, Kishana Smith, and tonight we're surrounded by two sleek beasts, the rugged Nissan Frontier and the powerful yet efficient Nissan e-Power X-Trail. As always on Mass Attack, we're bringing you the vibes, the voices, and the visionaries of St. Lucia Carnival 2025. And tonight we're talking music from calypso to soca with the people keeping the culture alive. To kick things off, ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the chairperson of the Carnival Music and Management Committee, Mr. Claude Poppy Paul. Good evening to you, Mr. Paul.
Morning, morning, my dear.
It's,
How are you going?
it's morning for you because I could only imagine how busy you are. The
Oh well,
season is here.
yeah, well, it's what it is, you know. We do what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We get going, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't stop until we have to stop.
Okay, all right. So how are things shaping up, for, of course, we're getting set to witness our both Groovy Power and Calypso Soca Mona competitions. How are things shaping up so far?
Well, I think we've had a very good season,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw at the semi-final stage where, the cream rose to the top, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and all the best um, calypsonians and soca artists, did their best.
Right.
Two wonderful shows.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fans were really satisfied with the quality,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very, very hard semi-final to judge. Of course, winners and losers, but I think we got there. We have a reasonably satisfactory um, set of persons
Mm-hmm.
into the finals,
Mm-hmm.
and we look forward to a great show
Nice.
come next weekend.
Okay, wonderful. And in terms of the music, how have you seen, the music grown over the years?
Yeah, well, okay. So if we take the soca music, of course, last year and the year before, we saw how our soca music really came to the fore. Songs like Hello Carnival, and if I remember correctly, Nerdy's Clock Out.
Mm-hmm.
These songs were really, really great 2 years ago.
Right.
And last year, Start the Party,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the others, all really wonderful soca hits.
Right. And even Sly, who stood
Oh
out for
yes,
many
oh well. I
persons.
mean, Damn Proud Lucian.
Right.
I mean, it was amazing that
Mm-hmm.
how that song grew
Mm-hmm.
and was so relevant for the Julian Alfred
Right.
Olympic win, and all of us were singing it, and really we are. That song was like our anthem
Mm-hmm.
for some time.
Absolutely. All right, so this year, 2025, it feels like 2023 because everything has grown, things are getting bigger. What can you say is new or different about the competitions?
Okay, so we introduced the junior um, soca,
Right.
which was a good innovation, I think. Of course, the secondary school and the primary school um, competition were there before. If I remember, you were once.
Oh my God. I feel like every time I try to shy away from the spotlight, the light just flashes back right before me.
But it's what it is. You're part of the history. And it's good to see you now evolving into another part of the
Thank you.
entertainment business. So I'm happy to see that, Calypso was good to you. It has put you somewhere,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
right. So we had the junior aspect, and of course the junior carnival. We had visits to the schools
Mm-hmm.
by many of the artists, the school tours.
Okay.
That was exciting. Of course, the Pan Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. This year we introducing D Vibes, which is the
Nice.
Denry segment to
Right.
focus on the Denry segment music as a festival,
Okay, so it's
not
not
as
a
a
competition.
no.
Okay.
But this is the first year,
Okay.
and so all the greats are coming back in a kind of a old meets the young kind of experiment, and
Okay.
having DJs playing with them, and it should be a wonderful experience, and we look forward to seeing how it comes out, so that
Right.
in successive years we can build on it,
Mm-hmm.
and help to bring the segment back up, give it
Right.
that national prominence that
Mm-hmm.
it requires for it to grow.
Right.
Of course, our soca and calypso
Mm-hmm.
continues to impress us. We have some
Right.
good numbers. Of course, I wouldn't want to highlight any of them
Mm-hmm.
at this point, just for the purposes of keeping it neutral from my point of view.
Right.
But we've had some very good songs, and just one little mishap with Ready not taking part in the
Okay.
competition, pulling out for personal reasons. I think, that's an unfortunate development. But we move on and we have somebody who has replaced us, the mighty Sizzler.
Okay.
And so we are ready to go. We had the dip in today
Okay.
for all three competitions. In fact, all four. Intercommercial is there.
Okay.
Intercommercial has 20 competitors, so that
Nice.
means 2 rounds of 10.
Okay.
So the interest has grown, and I think we're in for a very interesting week next week, from Wednesday up to Saturday,
Okay,
as far as the
wonderful.
musical aspect is concerned.
Okay, wonderful. And in terms of public attendance, has it changed? Has it improved over the years?
Well, okay, so the policy position of the Ministry of Culture and the carnival organizers, the CPMC and so, has been to give the national shows a window, so that the coming week is not the last week of carnival, it's the week
Absolutely.
before. And so that shines a spotlight on all the national activities. That is so that our patrons, our Calypso fans, and everybody else who's interested will not be distracted by other events taking place.
Okay.
And so the national activities have been given this week. This is to help boost attendance and what have you.
Okay.
So we hope that it will be successful. I mean, there's persons who think that that should not be,
Right.
but we go with the policy and we make the best of it. I think if you look at the infrastructure, the what is being done by the events company in terms of putting on infrastructure and making the place as comfortable as possible. Of course, we are using the SAB for the two main events,
Right.
the Calypso and Soca, and there will be bleachers, so that it's not only just the grounds.
Right.
There is the upscale VIPs,
Okay.
and there are bleachers for persons who want to sit, and of course there's the grounds aspect of it. Of course, the VG field is a durable ground, and it can take, it can survive within rainy weather, as opposed to Mindu Philip and so, where it's a lot more muddy. And at
Right.
this time of the year, if we have rain, it will
Yes.
probably be a disaster. So we stick with the SAB, and we make the best of it. For what it's worth, it's close to town. Persons coming from the out districts don't necessarily have to take another bus to get to the venue. All of these things are part of the planning and logistics, which all adds up to what we have in our carnival.
Okay, wonderful. Intercommercial has grown, and it has, I could say safely that, it has become a fan favorite. You mentioned that there are 20 songs this year. So apart from that, what can we expect? What is different? And, my expectations are up for Intercommercial, and I'm pretty sure that is of the average man as well. So what can we expect for this year's
Yeah, so
Intercommercial?
Intercommercial, we bill it as the biggest staff party of carnival.
Okay.
And so all the business houses who take in part, and by the way, there are government ministries as well, and
Wonderful.
other organizations, and we expect that persons from those respective entities, the business sector, the government departments, and what have you, will come out in the numbers to support their competitor.
Right.
And that would make for, the sort of friendly rivalry that would take place there. And we believe the cultural center might be too small.
Okay.
And so we expect a bumper crowd and the energy to be, in the place while the various competitors are singing. And, let's hope for good weather, and let's hope, everything works out well.
All right, wonderful. And in terms of the lyrical content, are we slowly moving away from the traditional social commentary? Are the songs getting a little more creative and witty?
Well, okay, so we have a variety of topics.
Okay.
Of course, politics is ever present in our Calypso,
Right.
but there's also mental health. I've heard songs about relationships, about family, various topics. And I think it's wonderful. The writers, of course, we don't have enough writers. That's a fact.
Okay.
The last survey we did, I don't think we have many writers below the age of 35. And there is one particular writer who writes more than 30 songs in a season, right? So there's a dearth of writers, and we believe that we need to develop our writers during the off season, have some workshops, and hopefully we'll get even better quality in terms of writing and different perspective being brought into the calypso, the soca, and what have you.
Okay, wonderful. And from the CMMC's perspective, what are you guys doing to preserve the tradition of Kaiso and Vivian Power Soca Monarch to encourage more young persons to step out?
Well, I think the youth aspect is one where we introduce it at the school level,
Okay.
and hopefully persons can graduate. Of course, not every young person who sings at the secondary school level goes on into to the big to the big arena.
Right.
We know there are persons who drop out and do other things.
Okay, I felt that. I felt every bit of that.
Well, you have a talent, and to me, you must harness it. But of course, each to his own. And so I think that's one aspect, of course, to encourage other people to come into the art form, and to make the prize money has increased to 40,000 for the winner, and therefore I think all these are incentives that
Right.
will bring people in more and more into the art form.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Mr. Paul, it was absolutely my pleasure chit-chatting with you. I only wish that we could have stayed a little longer, but of course, time would not permit us to go on. We are getting ready to take a commercial break, but I want to say thank you to you and continue the hard work that you've been doing. And we look forward to seeing the growing success, continued success of the Groovy, Calypso, and Power Soca Monarch competitions.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you back on the stage.
And that's for another show. Of course, from the stage to the showroom, don't go anywhere, because when we get back, we're talking to Lady V, a bold voice in the Intercommercial House Calypso competition. Stay with us. Mass Attack continues.
Shopping at Massy Stores, Rodney Bay, Sunny Acres, or Gourmet, and you're pressed for time? Why not skip the wait and try our Fast Lane? It's a quick, convenient self-checkout for 1 to 10 items when paying with your debit or credit card. So next time you're in a rush, breeze through with the Fast Lane. Only at Massy Stores, Rodney Bay, Sunny Acres, and Gourmet.
His smile says, I am the most important shareholder.
His handshake says he's got my back. After all, he helped me expand my farm. He got me new markets and customers. And he financed my daughter's student loan. But she uses the digital wallet to all member services. My brother credits her for the financial advice that allowed him to expand his transportation business.
And me, I can barely see over the counter, but I hand my passbook over with a smile, knowing my mother's financier and every farmer's best friend will be there to support my growth. Because here, I am not a customer, I am one of the owners.
The National Farmers and General Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited. You are not just a member, you are family, you are our future. Telephone 454-6710.
Lucian Carnival fever is on, and Thursday nights belong to Mass Attack, the ultimate carnival countdown on Choice TV. Get the inside scoop from Carnival Queen contestants, soca superstars, and the movers and shakers behind the bacchanal. We bring you pure carnival vibes and energy live from the Peter and Company Auto Showroom. Tune in every Thursday at 9 p.m. for interviews, giveaways, and non-stop carnival action. Lucian Carnival. Feel it, live it, love it with Mass Attack, only on Choice TV. Welcome back to Mass Attack. Of course, as promised, I am here in the company of one of the competitors vying for the Intercommercial Calypso Monarch competition. I'm here and joined by Lady V. Good evening to you, Lady V.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Okay, wonderful. So you're getting set to represent the Department of Labor.
Yes, I am.
Okay, how does it feel, to be representing such a prestigious company?
Okay, so to be honest, I took up the challenge.
Okay.
And then when I got into the arena, I saw some famous persons and I'm like, are you serious?
Right.
But then I am planning to put my best foot forward
Absolutely.
and to do my best. And I am usually a winner.
Okay.
So I will go all out to ensure that I do my best and if not win, place.
That's right.
That is my goal.
But the goal is to, bring that crown.
Bring that
home.
crown to the Department of Labor.
Absolutely. And of course, we're rooting for you full 100.
Thank you
is
very
it your
much.
first time, performing on a stage as big as this one?
First time ever.
Oh, wow.
Never
it's
sang
like,
a
go hard or
song.
go home.
Never sang a note. I just decided to, try something.
Okay, so when you step, perhaps when you go to rehearsals or you see the other giants, persons who have done it for so many years, how do you feel? Is there any sort of intimidation or you like,
I'm not intimidated by anything
I like that.
or anybody.
I like that.
So it's just to ensure that when I get on the stage, I do what I'm supposed to do.
Wonderful.
And based on the organization with my team, we have a plan and we're coming all out to ensure that we do great things.
Wonderful. What does it feel like, having, a team, being backed by an organization that is quite supportive, I could imagine?
For me, it all started off with my permanent secretary,
Okay.
who suggested that she had a song. She wanted somebody to sing. And I was like, well, I can try.
Right.
And then I actually rehearsed the first verse and sent it to her. And I said, check it out, see if I can sing. Because in my mind, I can't sing.
Right.
And then it was like, yeah, you can sing. So I'm here, ready to put my best foot forward and sing.
So we went from first verse to second to third. Now we're ready to get that crown.
The whole crowd.
I like it. Tell us about the song.
Okay, so the song speaks of the minimum wage, which was implemented on October 1st,
Okay, quite relevant.
2024. It speaks to persons who were not getting a salary or wages amounting to $1,131. So the song basically speaks to the implementation, and that is what is in law, and persons should adhere to it.
And why did you think this was so important to highlight?
Because a lot of persons still downplay the minimum wage. They don't think it's very important. So
Right.
we want to emphasize and let them know, hey, this thing is important. We're going to educate you as much as we can,
Okay.
so you can do what is necessary.
So it's really a blend of, entertainment and, information all in one package.
Correct.
I like
So we
that.
informing, but we also doing it through a medium where we think persons are gravitated to, and a lot of persons like music. So music usually plays a vital role in education, in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
And it
So that
sticks.
is the best way to get it to stick.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And what is the message that you want persons to take away from your performance?
From my performance, I just want persons to know that the employer has a responsibility
Okay.
to pay the minimum wage. The employee has a responsibility to ensure that they give a fair day's work for a fair day's pay. So both parties must do what is necessary to ensure that we are adhering to the law.
Wonderful. And let me tell you, simply put, well done. I love it. I love it.
Thank
Well
you
done.
very
That's the name of
much.
the song,
That's
right?
the name
Well
of the
done.
song.
I like it. Okay, so in terms of preparations, how preparation shaping up so far?
Preparations is good.
Okay,
We're
wonderful.
ready.
You're ready.
We are ready.
Are there any challenges that you faced, along the way?
Not necessarily. Nothing that. Well, again, it's my first time,
Right.
so you'll have a little jitters here and there.
Right.
But apart from that, I think I'm ready.
Okay, so it's your first time. Is there anything that has, stood out to you?
Preparation.
Okay.
It's not just about saying, okay, I can sing and I want to go and sing. There are certain things that are required. You must be prepared. You must have your music sheets. You must have those things.
Right.
You must rehearse with the band. So those things are important in preparation for anybody in competitive mode.
Okay, wonderful. And what has the preparation process been like? Give me like a typical day in the life of Lady V.
Okay, so for me, I sing every time. I sing when I get up, I sing in my bathroom, I sing in the office. I just sing because I want to ensure that this song it sticks.
Okay.
Then we have rehearsals. We've done one. I do my own side rehearsals with persons I think that are capable to give me guidance. I ask for feedback. I ask whether or not I can use the stage when I do whatever rehearsals. Am I clear enough? Those are some of the questions that I ask to prepare for the night.
Okay, and are you nervous at all?
Not right now.
You're not
I don't know when I get on the stage if I will have an ounce of nervousness, but for now, I don't think I'm really nervous.
Okay, wonderful. What would you say to younger persons like yourself who perhaps, they might not have the best singing voice, but perhaps may want to one day get on that intercommercial stage?
For me, it's about believing in yourself, going out there and try and ensure that, you know what, you put your best foot into it. And sometimes you just continue rehearsing and practicing, and who knows, you may just execute that song to perfection.
Wonderful. And post the intercommercial competition, what are you looking to take away from the whole experience?
For me, for now, it's just about fun.
Okay.
After this is over, I don't know what I may make out of it. But for me now, it's just having fun and going out there and giving the message.
Okay, wonderful. And what has the feedback been like from your colleagues?
Well, I remember the first day that first nobody knew I was singing.
Okay.
And then we usually have briefings on a Monday.
Right.
And my PS again indicated that we were going to participate and somebody's singing, and everybody was like, who's singing? So then she mentioned it was me, and I did do a verse on a song, and they seem to be inclined with the melody.
Okay.
So it seems to be a catchy melody for them. So far, so good.
Okay, so far so good.
Yes.
And so without giving too much away, what kind of performance can we expect from you on the night?
Well, just expect anything from me. Surprises. Some people know I'm always out there, so just continue to expect the bold Nadia, the party Nadia,
Okay.
the all out there Nadia.
Okay.
That's what you need to expect, or rather, the Lady V.
The Lady V. So what does the V stand for, though?
Beg your
What
pardon?
does the V stand for?
Okay, so my dad's name was Victor. My mom's name was Valentine. They're both deceased. And I figured I'm doing something strange. Let me do it in honor of them. So I said, Lady V.
Oh, okay.
This was the
nice.
reason
So
for the
that's
V.
inspiration behind the name.
Right.
Nice.
Correct.
Is there
Correct.
anybody in the family who perhaps have pursued Calypso before, or is it just you making that history?
To be honest, my daughter sang.
Okay.
And my son sang. So I'm the last person to kind of evolve from the soca and calypso aspect of the art. My daughter sang the remix to Kisha, Not on My Man.
Okay.
And my son sang I'm a Different Child. So me now getting out there, trying something too. So that's what it
And
is
is
for
it
now.
something that you plan to pursue?
I'm not sure yet. It all depends on the feedback. The feedback determines whether I continue or whether I just say, you know what, that was just an experience.
Okay, wonderful. I mean, apart from intercommercial, Calypso, just the art form itself, has always been something that has been male dominated. But of course, we see a lot of females stepping out and stepping into the arena. What's your take on that?
So I love Calypso. I go to a lot of shows, and for that, I thought the finalists would have been all women, to be honest,
Okay.
from just viewing the show. But I think the women have a good chance of dominating the finals.
Okay, wonderful. And of course, you're at the heart of that, you're in the midst of that. So that's
Yes,
a
I
wonderful
am.
thing.
Yes, I am.
But guess what? I just do want to wish you the very best. I know, well, based on what you said here tonight, I feel like we are all in for a treat. And of course, we cannot wait to see how things unfold for you on the night of the show.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. We are only halfway through and the vibes are high. When we come back, we chat with a carnival queen who's breaking barriers and rhyming bars. Keep it locked to Mass Attack.
Okay, everything ready? My BOSL Visa credit cards with my rewards? Check. My keys to my world, my car, my goals? Check. Now let's do this. This is what I call leveling up. Shopping, earning rewards, easy. I link my BOSL Visa credit card to my rewards and it's game on. Every tap, every purchase, points in the bag. Link your BOSL Visa credit card to my rewards and watch the points add up. With my BOSL Visa credit card, I'm not simply paying, I'm stacking up rewards, big and small. Tap, pay, earn, simple. I can even split big purchases and keep earning, no sweat. Travel's next. I turn points into miles, flights, hotels, even car rentals. Even top up my miles with cash. All with my rewards, my world, my way. Getting started is easy. First, of course, make sure you have your BOSL credit cards. Then, download the My Rewards app. I shop, I live, I earn, I go further. Every tap, every transaction earns you more with My Rewards. Download the app, link your BOSL Visa credit card, and start living your best life. My Rewards, my world, my way. BOSL Visa credit cards. Spend life living.
G6 Production.
Under the influence of alcohol, you can make bad decisions with long-term consequences. Know your limit. Take responsibility for your life. Avoid excessive drinking. Call Turning Point if you need help to quit at 458-6500 or 458-6455. This message was brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs.
I want a kitchen like that.
Where do you think we live in? In the States?
What did you say?
I want a kitchen.
Well, I am happy to let you know that at St. Lou Woodworking, we build the kitchen of your dreams. From ultra-modern to modern contemporary and mid-century traditional, we do it all. I know what you're thinking. You can't afford that. Well, yes, you can. We build to fit your space and budget. Oh yes, we do classy walk-in closets, vanities and TV walls as well. Our team works diligently to your specifications to deliver the kitchen of your dreams. And if the craftsmanship does not leave you speechless, and it should, our customer service is par excellence.
Wow. Next thing you say is you can make it snow in St. Lucia?
Like really, Kim?
Exquisite Kitchens by St. Lou Woodworking. Courts-ready financing available.
Now you can conduct business with the Registry of Companies and Intellectual Property ROCIP from the comfort of your home or office with DigiGov.
We're making it more convenient to do business with the registry. From name searches to business registration and company incorporation. It's all at your fingertips, from anywhere at any time with DigiGov.
Access to the services of the Registry of Companies and Intellectual Property through DigiGov will certainly make the process much easier and quicker for my clients.
With DigiGov, you have convenient access to the services of the registry using a desktop computer, a laptop, or other mobile device. Register with DigiGov today. If you need help accessing ROCIP e-services on the DigiGov platform, visit the ROCIP office, the Service Bureau office on Bourbon Street, Castries, or one of the ICT centers in Micoud, Monchy, Soufrière, Vieux-Fort, and Ancillary. DigiGov, serving people and businesses with that island love.
Welcome back to Mass Attack. Lady V, of course, had to run, but of course, let's take a quick snippet of her performance and what you can expect at the Intercommercial Calypso competition.
With a brand new stand from those who had the nation at heart. A foundation has been laid for those who are underpaid, and the agreement will never extension of the minimum wage. It's a step in the right direction, created to assist the poor man.
Welcome, welcome, and thanks for a job well done.
This is history here in the making to raise our standard of living.
Welcome, welcome, and thanks for a job well done.
They should be honored for paving the way. They bring us home for a brighter day, with other benefits that will come along. Welcome, welcome, well done. The road to recovery has just begun. We must unite to become as one. It's not yet over, there's much to be done. The test will prove who is right from wrong. But we as the working class must measure up to the task. The positive thoughts within our grasp. We can see the light beyond the horizon. It's up to us now to stay united as one. It's a step in the right direction, created to assist the poor man.
Welcome, welcome, and thanks for a job well done.
This is history here in the making to raise our standard of living.
Welcome, welcome, and thanks for a job well done.
They should be honored for paving the way. They bring us home for a brighter day, with other benefits that will come along. Welcome, welcome, well done. The storm will pass and then comes the calm. The sun will shine and dry up the land. Every beginning has to have an end. While focusing on the children, it cannot get any worse for them that we trust the most. Thanks for putting the employees first. It is just to protect and to serve with honor, helping the people that put you into power. It's a step in the right direction, created to assist the poor man.
Welcome, welcome, and thanks for a job well done.
This is history here in the making to raise our standard of living.
Welcome, welcome, and thanks for a job well done.
They should be honored for paving the way. They bring us home for a brighter day, with other benefits that will come along. Welcome, welcome, well done.
We are still live right here at the Peter and Company Auto Showroom, and before we jump into our next segment, of course, let's check out the rides turning heads this Carnival season 2025. First up, the Nissan Frontier, a reliable workhorse with rugged off-road capability, bold styling, and cutting-edge safety features. Then there's the Nissan e-Power X Trail. It's a 1.5 turbo hybrid with 142 horsepower, e-Force all-wheel technology, panoramic sunroof, 7-seater capacity, and leather interior. With push-button ignition and intelligent cruise control, this SUV is redefining smooth. Of course, you can come test drive one today at the Peter and Company Auto Showroom, which is located on the Vidbute Highway. We are revving up the energy with our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. She's royalty and rhythm all in one package. Joining me is Shan Lucian, or shall I say Lucian, in the true spirit of Calypso. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good.
I love the attire. I feel like it was
Thank you.
deliberate. I like it. Okay, so Shan, there's so many things that I want to ask you. You transformed. Let me tell you, I could definitely see that your reign has been one of purpose, and we're nearing the end of a reign, and we see you venturing, into the Calypso arena. What fueled that?
I have been involved in music my entire life. That's no
Okay.
secret. And I actually was a backup vocalist at the South Calypso tent prior to my stint in pageantry.
Okay.
And so it's really always been a goal of mine, a dream of mine to one day make it on the Calypso stage.
So how did you get into, songwriting and performance?
Okay, I don't quite consider myself a songwriter. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I've written 1, 2 songs, but I'm not quite ready to write my own calypsos as yet.
So this one was not written by you?
It was not written by me.
Okay.
No.
So in terms of, because of course it's a performance, Carnival Queen is a performance as well, but it's a performance of a different nature. How are you able to make that transition?
I consider myself a musician before I considered myself a queen.
Okay.
And so really the transition was going from being a singer, someone who sings on stage, to going to someone who is now a pageant person. And so that was where the transition was. And right now I'm just coming back home.
Okay, I like how you put it. You're coming back home.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Would you say that your Carnival Queen experience has shaped, this journey for you so far in any way, shape, or form?
Definitely, for sure. My experience in the pageant, it developed me in ways that I did not expect. I feel like I've grown so much as an individual because you go through all of these little obstacles, all of these extenuating circumstances that you never considered would be possible for you to overcome. And so now that I know that I have the strength to do that, to go through that journey and to come out on top, I feel like I can conquer the world.
Okay, wonderful. And in terms of preparation, of course, we're nearing competition night, about a week away. How are things shaping up for you and your team?
It's going really well. I've been putting in the work. I've been making sure that I go back to my previous performances and, just going through the little things that I can do to up my game a little bit.
Absolutely. Fortunately, I would say for you that you are in the midst of, royalty. I believe 5 monarchs in your midst.
Oh my goodness.
I know it's a lot to process,
so
but
intimidating.
I know. Are you intimidated? Are you
Yeah.
pressured in any way?
I think there is a little bit of pressure because I think a lot of people see potential in me. I've been getting many comments that I may be the next Calypso monarch, Calypso queen they call it.
Right.
And so it is a little bit of pressure, but I'm just trying to ground myself in reality, make sure that I understand that it's really whatever happens on the night that makes the winner. And so I'm just going to go out there and do my best, and whatever happens, happens. I am already so proud of myself for just making it to the finals.
You have 1,000 reasons to be.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And of course, we are definitely proud of you.
Thank you.
Is a big leap, a big step. And of course, we are rooting for you full 100.
Thank you.
I've noticed that you've gone with this sort of patriotic approach, to the Calypso. Was that deliberate? What's the reason behind that?
Very much so. I have always been a very patriotic person, but after studying in Jamaica for a few years, I realized that we St. Lucians don't necessarily show patriotism the way that other people do, and that's why I relate so much to my song, How We Love Thee, St. Lucia, because we always say that we're damn proud Lucians,
Right.
that we're proud to be, from this lovely Helen of the West, but then that pride is not reflected in our day-to-day actions.
Right.
You don't see it in how we treat other people. You don't see it in how we can work, how we can put in effort to build up our country. And so I just think that people really need to develop a truer sense of love for country.
Okay, wonderful. Let's pause for a cause, and of course, let's take a look at Lucian's performance at the semi-finals, which occurred last Sunday.
St. Lucia in trouble. We love the land, not the people. St. Lucia in trouble. We love the land, not the people. satisfied. But then I looked at it closer and something didn't feel proper. I detest the love for country that we does show. We have no conscience. We live under false pretense. There's no category for the kind of love that we know. Oh, how we love the Saint Lucia. Let me count the ways. We love to thief, we love to kill for 364 days. But when 365 reach, it's nice independent speech. White, black, gold, and blue. It's a shame the way we love you. Wheresoever you may roam, learn to love your island home. Sing! Saint Lucia in trouble. We love the landlord, the people. Oh, Saint Lucia in trouble. We love the landlord, the people.
That was a sneak peek into the lyrical fire hitting the finals this year come Saturday, July 12th, 2025 at the SAB in VG. So Shan, is there anything that you're looking forward to people taking away from your performance?
For sure, I think that I would really love for people to reflect on themselves after my performance for both of my songs. For How We Love Thee, I'd like them to reflect on their sense of patriotism, but that patriotism can extend itself into my second song, which is Crown Them.
Right.
I'd like for them to realize that someone does not have to be a public figure for them to be deserving of praise.
Right.
I feel like oftentimes we put people like myself on pedestals, and we neglect to truly appreciate the everyday people who are working just as hard, the people who are toiling from dusk till dawn, the people who really put their backbone into the work that they do. I think that they deserve praise as well, and that's where Crown Them comes in.
Okay, absolutely. Let's delve into your name. I would say that you're very fortunate, to have the name Shan, and then you just put the Lucian together.
Yes.
Was that deliberate? What was
It was very much intentional. My name is Shan Lucien, and actually my mom is the one who sort of inspired the name.
Okay.
Because whatever she does on social media, she has her own username, Look Pris. So she puts her last name first, and followed by her Christian name. But then Look Shan didn't quite sound very nice, so I just tailored it a little bit. And Lucian just so happened to also be my nationality, Lucian.
Yeah.
And so I felt like it was a really cool play on words. I think that it truly represents who I am as an individual, and I like it.
Yeah, you're blessed. Shall I say that? Any surprises in store for the finals? What can we expect from you next week, Saturday?
What can you expect from me? To put my best foot forward on that stage, for sure.
Wonderful.
I think that everything that I do, I give it my all, and this Calypso Monarch is not going to be any different.
Okay, wonderful. Absolutely. Well, we do want to wish you the very best. I know that you will, give a great account of yourself, and we cannot wait to see. I can't wait to see, you create history once again, because I could see that you've been creating history ever since you became the National Carnival Queen.
Thank you.
So we look forward to wonderful things from you.
Thank you very much.
We are taking another break right now. When we come back, we talk to the Juice Man. Stay with us. Mass Attack continues.
life anywhere, anytime with your BOSL Visa credit card.
Spend your life living BOSL's got you. Live your life your way. It's your life, it's what you do.
Shopping at Massy Stores Rodney Bay, Sunny Acres, or Gourmet, and you're pressed for time? Why not skip the wait and try our Fast Lane? It's a quick, convenient self-checkout for 1 to 10 items when paying with your debit or credit card. So next time you're in a rush, breeze through with the Fast Lane. Only at Massy Stores Rodney Bay, Sunny Acres, and Gourmet.
Wait. Do you have a condom?
No.
It's okay. It's okay. Wait. Just give me 1 second. Okay?
Okay.
1 second.
A message brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
His smile says, I am the most important shareholder.
His handshake says, he's got my back. After all, he helped me expand my farm. He got me new markets and customers. And he financed my daughter's student loan. But she uses the digital wallet to all member services. My brother credits her for the financial advice that allowed him to expand his transportation business.
And me, I can barely see over the counter, but I hand my passbook over with a smile, knowing my mother's financier and every farmer's best friend will be there to support my growth. Because here, I am not a customer. I am one of the owners.
The National Farmers and General Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited. You are not just a member. You are family. You are our future. Telephone 454-6710.
Welcome back to Mass Attack. Of course, before we wrap up this episode, I cannot not speak to Juiceman. Good evening to you, Juiceman.
Good evening.
How are you feeling? Let me start off by saying congratulations. You've made it to the finals.
I have made it to the finals and I am grateful.
Absolutely.
And thank you for the congratulations.
Okay, wonderful. What does it feel like?
Well, I mean, this is my second time in the finals. So really and truly, it's exciting. I think what actually makes it stand out for me a little is the fact that I had no intentions of singing this year. And I can't.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I had none. I told him practically I will not sing this year.
And so why did you decide to go? Change your mind?
My tent leader. My tent leader called me, placed me under some pressure, and said to me that he has a song that needs to be
What
sung.
tent is that?
And that's Teotihuacan Village.
Okay.
And so he said, there is a song and I am the person to sing it.
Okay.
So I have to sing it.
Okay.
So I listened to it, and when I listened to it, I looked at the lyrics. I thought, okay, that's me, because I am a very highly political person. Naturally, I am. So I actually thrive on that sort of energy.
Okay.
So, and I said, okay, I have no choice. I have to do it.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So you said that you thrive on, the whole political aspect of you. Is that something that you think should be integrated into Calypso, or should we just stick to the traditional social commentary?
The interesting thing about it, and we've heard all the conversations about Calypso and how this year it's so political. I even just today I was watching an interview with Ashanti,
Right.
and he's lambasting Calypsonians about how they sing in so much politics, and I just laughed at the whole thing, because the truth is, I mean, I came into Calypso, the first Calypsonian I ever listened to, and I really enjoyed, was Invader. And as a
Okay.
result of listening to Invader, I fell in love with Calypso. And as through the years I've listened to Calypso, to me Calypso has always been political. I mean, the pulse of a nation is usually political, because every aspect of our society is political, whether you like it or not. I know people sometimes don't like to get into the political conversation, but every aspect of our society involves some degree of politicking, because you go to school, there's politics involved, because there's a Ministry of Education,
Right.
and Ministry of Education is linked to the government of the day. And so for me, when I hear this, I just say, it makes no sense, the whole conversation about politics, and then the thing with Kakal and all of that. And I just think it makes absolutely no sense. Calypso, that is social commentary, and social commentary, it just happens this year that
Right.
we have a situation. I hear people ask the question, should we balance between, why aren't you giving, doing songs about the government and what it's doing? And the question needs to be asked. Is the government deliberately doing things which calls for singing calypsos that is negative towards them?
Right.
I mean, if the government is making an effort to put its best foot forward and do things that actually pleases the society and the people,
Right.
then why would you deliberately? And all the people that are saying that, I'm yet to hear them speak of one thing that they think Calypsonians should write about. So I don't know. I mean, the thing is, this whole Calypso thing and politics just makes no sense to me, because to me, Calypso and politics, they do go hand in hand.
They do go hand in hand, absolutely. But something that stood out to me this Calypso season is that you find a lot of the Calypsos, I would say most of them, are not anti-government. Is it that, what does that say about, the sitting government? Is it a reflection of the satisfaction of the people?
I mean, people will never be satisfied. Whichever way you look at it, there will always be a sector of the society that is not satisfied. In anything that you do, you will always get opposition, because people naturally just don't like certain things sometimes. But I believe that it is truly a reflection of things which is happening within the society, and the people are pleased with it. I mean, I would take my for example, the song that I do, I have my song, My Government Working, right? And I was just going through the lyrics, and I was thinking, my goodness, there's so much in the lyrics that speaks of basic things that we should have always had as a society, as a nation. But these things, it's almost like these things they seem like gifts to us as a people, where we should have naturally had it. And so Philippe J. Pierre, I think, really and truly, and his government have placed themselves in a position where they see the need to give so much to the society and to give to the nation. And so as a result of that, there are so many things, there's so much happening. It's just, trust me, it's mind-boggling. Sometimes I ask myself, how are they able to do all the things that they're doing? Because, I mean, these things require finance, CXC, pensioners, I mean, teachers, facility fees. The other day, I went to the school that my sons go to, Javel and Jotham. And the thing is, the teacher handed me $100 and was like, what was that for, miss? And she said to me, well, the government has contributed how much money towards the fees. And I'm like,
Right.
I mean, does it ever end? And so that is the reason why there's so many positive songs about this government, because this Prime Minister and his government are really focused on the people of the nation.
Wonderful, and I could only imagine perhaps you may have had a hard time writing that song because you didn't know what to put in there. There was a huge catalog to choose from.
My goodness. I mean, there are things that I didn't even mention. I didn't mention CXCs in the song. And that is something, I mean, when I think about it, people don't understand. I went to school, I had to pay some of my CXCs, I had to pay it my own self.
Right.
But the truth is, we're living in a society now, at the present, where a student who goes to sit Maths and English doesn't have to pay CXC. The parents, that's money saved. And then an additional two. And so suddenly, I'm thinking, my goodness, if this man continues, by the next 5-10 years, students in St. Lucia will not be paying CXCs. If that's, I mean, in 4 years, it's not even 4 years as yet. Because July 26th into office August the 5th, where they officially took over. So when you think about it, it's not even 4 years as yet. And you have a situation where CXC, 4 subjects,
out of the 7 or 8 subjects.
out of the 8 subjects that the student would do, some students do 5 subjects. So that means the parent is only paying for 1 subject. So just imagine what will happen in the next 2-3 years if this government is allowed to continue holding on to what it is that they have. So I just think there's so much. It's excellent. I'm excited. I think it's good for my children. I think the future looks bright with this present government. That's how I see it.
Wonderful. And I also think that the future looks bright with your involvement in, the evolution of Lucian Kaiso. In terms of your song, I see you've stepped away from the traditional, slow-paced calypso, and you're all about this upbeat calypso. What was that like for you? You had everybody on their feet at semi-finals.
I know. I tell you what, for me, it was like, this is the first time. Because I am normally, people sometimes compare me and my calypso style to Crow from Trinidad and that these artists. And so I'm always about slow calypso, Kaiso. I am about Kaiso and making sure that the message is listened to very slowly. And I do that with my song, Right the Wrong. It is my old traditional style of calypso that I would usually do, Right the Wrong. But my government working, I guess, is the excitement of everything. It's a fast-paced song.
Yes, it is.
I have not used my waist in years.
So you come July 12th, we can expect to see you using your waist.
My goodness, be prepared.
Brace
be prepared.
ourselves.
I think I've been practicing.
Okay.
So because I haven't used it properly in a few years, But I'm talking about on stage, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. And so as a result of that, I've been practicing, trust me. I intend to go hard.
So after the 12, we could call you the whining juice man.
Yes, the whining juice man. That sounds a nice ring.
The whining juice man. Of course, let us take a quick little break and let's catch a snippet of your performance at the semi-finals.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You ready to right all the wrongs? Ay, 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 oh. 5 more years you requested. 2021 that was rejected. 15-2, you lost the election. But your ego and wallet so large, them losers kept you in charge. Fight to stay alive, almost kill the entire nation. A slogan is not just a slogan, it's a statement of intent. It's a blueprint to get back into government. I know I can help you, though you never treat me nice. If you want to right the wrongs, please take my advice. If you want to right the wrongs, here's some pen and paper. If you want to right the wrongs with your selective amnesia. If you want to right the wrongs, I will help you remember. If you want to right the wrongs, There we start the first chapter. Land to Teoakim. No more horse riding again. The COVID-19 vaccine. The balance still outstanding. Broke the back of national trust. Erasing history was a must. If you love this country, even Father Michael will tell you this. Confession is good for the soul. Write all the wrongs on your list. Aya, da da do da do da da.
That was pure lyrical fire right here from Juice Man. I can't wait to see how things unfold for you on the night of the show. So in terms of preparations, how are things shaping up for you and your team?
Yeah, well, we had our first meeting 2 days ago, so we are really putting things in place. Obviously, the focus is really upon presenting the song, because that is what you're judged on the most. For myself, it's a lot of work because I'm going to have additional verses.
Oh, wow.
And so, yes, there are some fresh verses that is coming in. So it's a lot of work. I must say I'm exhausted because I'm running my restaurant during the day, and at the same time, I have to make sure I'm ready for next week, Saturday. But I think all in all, we're going well.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we really cannot wait to see, what can we expect from you. Of course, you mentioned that you have lots of surprises, so we are definitely looking forward to that. And I just want to wish you the very best on competition night.
Yes, thank you so very much.
I know that you will do amazing things.
Thank you, I appreciate.
As the energy of St. Lucian Carnival 2025 intensifies, the coming week is stacked with unforgettable competitions and pageantry across the island. But before we go, let's take a look at the big carnival events coming up. Here's your official Carnival 2025 update. Friday, July 4th, 2025, Soufriere Carnival Themed Pageant. The Sensational Six are ready to light up the stage in Soufriere. Time 7 p.m. Tickets $60 and are available at the Cell, Castries, Soufriere and Viewfort, and the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation Office. Saturday, July 5th, the most anticipated pageant of the season, the National Carnival Queen Pageant, takes place at 8 p.m. at the Pavilion on Rendezvous, where St. Lucia's brightest young women compete for the 2025 crown. Emily Tissaw, Miss Bank of St. Lucia; Shania Phillip, Miss Duty Free Point Seraphine; Kittel Sinforian, Miss Sugar Beach of Viceroy Resort; Tatiana Clovis Freitas, Miss St. Lucia Tourism Authority; Hadassah Romulus, Miss Dazzle Magazine; Ziggy Vitalis, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate; and Katrina O'Keely, Miss GP Shani. Thursday, July 10th, Intercommercial House Calypso Competition at the National Cultural Center from 8 p.m. Company reps deliver lyrical brilliance, costumes and stagecraft, and the race to be crowned Intercommercial Calypso Monarch. Tickets are $35. Friday, July 11th, 2025, Groovy and Power Soca Monarch competitions at the SAB in VG. Tickets are $60 in advance, $80 at the gate. The Groovy finalists are Arthur Alley and Ricky T, Bronx and Mata, Ezra the Fun Machine, Emran Nodi, Keisha K, Manchus, MNR, Nirati, T-Blacks will all try to dethrone Slime. And in the Power Soca competition, reigning Monarch Ricky T defends against Bronx and Mata, CR, Desrel and Jadil, Ezra the Fun Machine, Keisha K, Mika and Imran Nodi, Ninja Dan and Mighty Sizzler, Cupid and Ricky T, and T-Blacks and Nodi. Saturday, July 12th, 2025, Calypso Monarch finals at the SAB in VG. Finalists Ashe, Educator, Juiceman, Lucian, Minel, Mystic, Mighty Sizzler, TC Brown, Tikaro do battle to a soup, Desrel, the current Calypso Monarch. Tickets for all shows are available online at fourcirclesevents.com at the site outlets island-wide and at Steve's Barbershop in Castries. For all Carnival competition updates, be sure to go to www.carnivalstlucia.com. Follow at Carnival St. Lucia on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's your Carnival events wrap up. Stay tuned, stay hyped, and feel the rhythm of St. Lucia Carnival 2025. And just like that, we wrap up another electrifying episode right here on Mass Attack. Of course, we have to say a huge thank you to our guests, Claude, Poppy, Paul, Lady V, Lucian, and Juice Man for sharing their stories, spirit, and passion for Kaiso and Carnival. Big love to our friends at the Peter and Company Auto Showroom for hosting us here this evening. Whether it's Calypso, Soca, or the sparkle of the Queen stage, the heart of our culture is on full display. Remember, you can catch this episode and more on Choice TV and across our social media platforms. Until next time, stay safe, stay hyped, and keep the carnival spirit alive. I'm Kishana Smith, and this was Mass Attack, where culture drives the conversation. Good night.